This is Marty with Marty's Diesel, and on today's video, I want to go over steps 8 through 11 on our initial key-on test. This test is required after you install your fuel system onto your truck, but before you connect to your selector valve. In a moment, I am going to show you what step 11 is referring to with the aerated fuel. But first, let me show you a standard test result. Notice that the vacuum on the gauge is below 2. Notice that the line is attached to the fuel pump assembly and going straight down into the bucket. Listen to how the pump sounds. Everything is going along smoothly in this video. Then I remove the inlet line from the bucket and introduce air. You will notice the fuel pump becomes noisy, and a few moments later, the fuel returning to the bucket includes aeration. I'll end the commentary there and allow you to listen in. So, there are a few things that can cause the fuel to be aerated before you hook it up to the selector valve. Any fitting that is not tight before the fuel pump, a missing O-ring on the water fuel separator, or even a loose drain valve on that same pre-pump filter, or even just a kinked hose. This is why it is absolutely imperative to perform this test before you hook the fuel system up to your selector valve. This makes diagnosis significantly easier for you if you do run into a problem. Later on, you can hook up the green selector valve fitting to your selector valve and perform the same test to verify you do not have any issues with the selector valve, OEM fuel lines, or fuel tanks. On the next part of this test, I recorded the time it took to transfer 4 gallons of fuel from this bucket into another bucket. It took approximately 5 minutes, and that is well within the desired specification. You can compare voltage and gallon per minute numbers specified here. And this now concludes step 11 on our initial key-on test.